Hello, everyone, and welcome to The No Show. I'll be your host, Nathan Orenstein, and today I'm going to be reviewing Night Swim. Night Swim is written by Bryce McGuire and Rod Blackhurst, directed by Bryce McGuire, and stars Wyatt Russell, Kerry Condon, Amelie Hoeferle, and Gavin. The Warren family moves into a new house, and strange things start to happen with the pool. As time progresses, it becomes evident that there are some malevolent forces at play here. Night Swim is based on the 2014 short film of the same name, also by Bryce McGuire and Rod Blackhurst. Guys, we are so back. With Scream 5 in 2021 and Megan in 2022, I thought the annual tradition of terrible January horror movies had finally come to a close, considering both those movies are pretty good in my opinion. But I gotta give it up for Night Swim. Not only is this a return to form for miserably bad January horror, this is straight up one of the worst movies I've seen in a theater in quite some time. Let's begin with the premise. Put simply, this is a movie about an evil swimming pool. And as underwhelming as that sounds, I didn't want to immediately write this off, as there are plenty of great horror films with similarly lame-sounding concepts. Unfortunately, Night Swim has no clue what to do with this idea. There's parts of this movie where it seems like this swamp monster type thing might be the main antagonist. There are other parts where it's like this zombie/ghost creatures. And of course, there are parts where it's simply the pool and the water inside it that's the main villain. None of these ideas work on their own, and they certainly don't come together well either. I really didn't find any of the scary scenes scary, and oftentimes these are the goofiest parts of the entire film. Night Swim stretches the idea of an evil pool out so thin, and pretty much every scene feels like it's stretched as long as possible simply to fill a full-length runtime. Not only does this eliminate any tension from any potentially scary scenes, but it also just makes the movie as a whole feel so long and drawn out. There is a sort of lore and background to this evil pool, but the exposition scenes are some of the most frustrating of the entire film, as it seems like the speaker says one meaningful sentence per minute. My friend and I actually watched the original 4-minute short film in the car right after getting out of the theater, and honestly, that thing gives you everything you need out of this premise. Not only that, but there's a moment in the short film that's probably scarier than any single moment in the 98-minute feature-length film. In short, this shouldn't have been a feature-length film. This concept does not have the legs to support a full movie, and God, is it painfully obvious pretty much right from the start. So the idea sucks, and the movie isn't scary. There's more to a horror film than those two things alone, right? Well, Night Swim doesn't do those things well either. Let's start with the performances. So our lead here is Wyatt Russell, who plays a former third baseman for the Brewers that is now suffering from multiple sclerosis. First of all, his character's only thing is that he likes baseball and wishes he could play again. He is the main character, and that is his entire characterization. I digress. What I really wanted to talk about was how god-awful Wyatt Russell's performance is. I'm not really familiar with his work, so maybe this is par for the course, but his performance here is shockingly bad. Some of the most phoned-in deliveries I've seen in quite some time, almost as if he thinks he's somehow better than this film. You know who is better than this film? Kerry Condon. This is a woman who is fresh off an Oscar nomination just last year. What is she doing here? I wouldn't say she's phoning it in, and she's probably the best part of this movie, but this is still like a 5 or 6 out of 10 performance at best. I'll cut the kids some slack, but they're nothing to get excited about either. Like I alluded to earlier, there's just no development for any of these characters too, so I really hope you like poorly portrayed versions of really boring people. The cinematography had a chance to be kinda neat with some creepy underwater shots, and there's actually one shot in the first trailer that I did appreciate, but the idea is completely wasted here and overused. The score is actually sorta effective at times, but it also feels like it doesn't match the movie in any way. And the sound design with some of the stuff with the pool just doesn't make any sense. I've never been a stickler for that sort of thing, but pool lights don't make a weird bassy noise when they turn on and off. It bothered me. I really tried hard to find the silver lining with this one, but it simply isn't here. There's no aspect of Night Swim that feels praiseworthy. Night Swim is horrendous. There's no way around it. My friend and I were struggling to hold in our laughs the entirety of this film, and we were definitely not the only ones. This is a movie that takes itself dead serious, no comedy at all, but that is just how laughably bad this thing is. If you're morbidly curious, then I would at least suggest seeing this with a friend so you can at least laugh at this thing together. If you're seeing it alone, though, this will be an absolute chore to get through. We are starting off the year strong with this one, and I'm going to be giving Night Swim a 2 out of 10. If you enjoyed the review, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you've seen Night Swim already, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I've been Nathan Orenstein with The No Show. Thanks for watching.